Today is yet again another pretty crazy day for crypto, but I'd say that today was mostly a crazy day for stocks, and it all started with Trump. Well, actually, it started with the Trump administration and China. The S&P futures surged over 1% on news that U.S. Treasury Secretary 𝗵𝗫 was meeting, or actually is going to meet, with China's lead economic official this week. And as you can see right here, President Trump on earth-shattering announcement to come, quote, "It is not about trade, it's about something else. A positive development for this country. The announcement will take place sometime within the next few days." So basically, they're hyping everybody up that some crazy things are bound to happen. And oh boy, am I also hyped for it. I might not sound that way, but I'm pretty excited. I mean, the S&P 500 futures are now up just 19 points since the U.S. and China agreed to trade talks. Things went slightly, quote unquote, worse throughout the day. But even though the crypto market wiped out a lot of the gains that it saw earlier throughout the day, Bitcoin still at 96,000, XRP still $2.11. And actually, nearly every altcoin was up a pretty juicy percentage today. Most of them have lost those gains though. And when I take a look at the bots, this was also really quite peculiar. So if I quickly refresh, I think this bot right here are actually both of the ones that I opened up yesterday. We're up, I think, $7,000 or so in a day in total. So 3.5K, I think, and 3.5K. But now that I'm refreshing it, yes, they've cashed in some profit, some minimal percent, about 0.13 and 0.11% in a day. But on a $100,000, that's definitely not too bad. $120 so for a day here. And of course, we had the 7K, which I could have sold, but we're going here for the big bucks, baby. And again, this was also the moment I opened it, it was at a pretty juicy loss. But the only thing I'll say about that is give it some time. Just wanted to quickly update that everybody who took the trades just yesterday together with me already saw some massive amount of gains in just one day. And again, you could have sold this for way more than we're currently in. Right now, matter of fact, the XRP bot is at a bit of a loss and the Bitcoin bot is only in 5% profit. But even now, still, at this point, you could sell for a lot of profit. So congrats to everybody who got in yesterday. And again, as of this point, every single person who registers with the link down below gets themselves between $30 or $100 for free on PayOnX. So check it out. Link is down below. In terms of interest rate, I wouldn't say anything too interesting was just now stated because obviously we went from 4.5 to 4.5. Nothing changed. I mean, perhaps the market took a slight dip on it. We could take a look actually. Oh, actually, things have been really volatile. This is the 15-minute chart. So this earlier movement was because of Trump's situation. And what we've seen right here, Bitcoin moving down hard, but so are stocks though, But it shows that Bitcoin went to 97.7 earlier throughout the night, and right now it's fallen back. When we can actually zoom out a little bit, one of the most interesting things is actually how we're slowly but surely trending right back up. And this is, in my opinion, quite bullish because it seems this whole downtrend has been reversed. Anyway, a few other very interesting things are happening. Trump just now, 3 minutes ago, stated, no, it's actually 20 minutes ago now stated, not open to pulling back the 145% tariffs. Now, that is interesting when you take into consideration that over the last few hours and days, he's been saying that he really thinks of lowering the tariffs and is happy to negotiate, etc., etc. But right now, for him to state that he's not open to pulling back these tariffs, that's a pretty big statement. I mean, President Trump just now said, this is 3 minutes ago, that China should reassess who asked for a trade policy meeting. It appears Trump is signaling that China came to the table first, while China is saying it's the opposite. Now, again, we are not sure who is lying, and people might be asking themselves, hey, why does this matter? Well, the reason it matters is because it shows who's more desperate and who of the two is playing the game right. If China is the one who wants to get this deal done, it means they're more afraid of the U.S. repercussions than the other way around, or they're more just for peace and I guess, freedom in the trade. But I think mostly of what I just said. Anyway, we also just now had ourselves the Federal Reserve. I mean, in about 10 minutes from now, from me recording this, there's going to be the Federal Reserve meeting where, again, let me quickly show you. They usually sit down, or actually it's Federal Chair Jerome Powell, who's going to present, I guess, their nearsighted outlook, and then a few questions will also be answered, which usually don't do too much, but sometimes it gives us some volatility in the markets, though. Anyway, the Federal Reserve just said the risks of higher unemployment and higher inflation have risen, which I wouldn't say that's a good thing. That's actually very, very bad, and I wonder if that's because of Trump or what really happened right here. What is quite peculiar, though, also, is that altcoins are actually moving significantly less bullish than Bitcoin is, really. For example, XRP broke down quite recently, while Bitcoin, and I guess, no, it's really mostly Bitcoin here, has been holding so strong. A matter of fact, has got a crazy, ridiculously bullish chart. I mean, right now, there's a bit of a double top forming, as you can see right here. We know exactly what level we want to break through, though. It's quite clear as day that about 96.8 actually is the most interesting level to watch, about 97,000, let's call it. And also from the opposite side, from the bottom side, basically we do not want to break below this line. So let's just say we're not so keen on breaking, or at least closing, below $94.7-ish thousand anymore from here. Actually, having said that, the market has been actually more interesting than I even imagined. The S&P 500 drops back below 5,600 in its initial reaction to the Fed's decision. The entire gap higher after the US-China trade talks were announced has now been erased. Trump also adding that he is not looking for so many tariff exemptions. I don't know why they're doing this to all of us, man. I mean, to be honest, it seems more and more like it's just insider trader heaven, and that for the rest of us, it's just... we're all just waiting for whatever Trump is going to do. We're at the mercy of Trump's announcements. And that's a strange market to be in, that every single time Trump says something, the markets move by this degree. And the interesting thing, why did the market move so much based on the fact that China and the US will meet? Think about it. It's only that they're going to get to some sort of meeting, and the market moved up with some record numbers just now. Why is that? And again, I keep thinking back to insider trading to some extent. But then again, I'm also just realizing that the market right now is in a spot where everybody just wants to hop in on this news, go crazy, when in reality, the fact that one country and another are going to sit down and discuss something is kind of a big nothing burger. I mean, the conclusion of it could be a big deal, but then again, it could also not be. So to then go so ballistic on buying the announcement that some countries will meet to talk seems a bit odd to me. But hey, maybe it's something I'm just not seeing quite yet. It's definitely possible. As of this point, though, if you're wondering, the market continued to price in a total of 3 interest rate cuts in 2025 after the Fed's decision. Rate cut expectations have fallen by 25 basis points since their April high. Trump continues to call for immediate rate cuts, but... oh, camera stuck. To that, I'll say, I guess we will see. Anyway, ladies and gents, if you enjoyed this little crypto update, make sure you press that like button. I just want to quickly cover what's going on with the interest rate, the fact that nothing really changed, and the fact that the market's moving today because of this China potential meeting with the US. So that's everything that's happening right now today. That's where the market is moving. Bitcoin is showing some great strength, and I'm loving to see it. Altcoins, though, are not in the best of a position. But again, it takes time. And generally speaking, in times like this, it is better to stack up on altcoins than Bitcoin because the market's moving back up again. And if Bitcoin keeps confirming these highs, altcoins will severely outperform. It just might take some time. Then again, just take a look at the bots right here. I can tell you right now that the XRP bot, even though I put 50 of 50,000, right, both of these are $250,000 positions, that the XRP bot will significantly, most likely, outperform the Bitcoin one. Again, it's not a guarantee, but this is my expectation because it tends to happen that way. Now, again, this also might be more of a loss a lot of the time, but over a prolonged period of time, I think this will make me way, way, way more money. But I just have both in because Bitcoin once is more safer and stable. So the total profit on this might be higher most of the time, whereas actual realized profit will most likely be higher on XRP most of the time because it's cashing out more as the market moves like this. Anyway, besides the point, links for those are down below if you want to copy them as well. And that's about it for right now.